Okay.
Okay, guys, this is going to be a multi-layered video. Please pay attention to the whole thing. It's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster ride, but if you'll just pay attention, you'll enjoy it just like you would a roller coaster ride. Get ready. This is crazy. Here we go.
What this move was by the deep state. President Obama going to Asia. He's got to keep explaining what these moves are.
Isn't that remarkable that Obama is still doing what he did back in May? He's literally shadowing President Trump on overseas trips. It is stunning to watch it, Charlie.
It's insane.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know if you remember the episode of The Simpsons where they declared Jimmy Carter history's monster.
Whichever edition it was, I missed it.
Okay, well, in it was a really the town declared Jimmy Carter as history's monster, and they put up a statue to him. And I think they should take that statue down and replace it with Barack Obama, because Barack Obama has now officially become history's monster. When you look at all the problems we have throughout the world, and you look back at the last 8 years, this President Obama, either did nothing to fix any of it, or did stuff to make it 10 times worse, and then left it all on President Trump's plate. And the idea that he's going to shadow him around the globe and have all these meetings in all of these corners where he has literally made things so that he's costing people's lives, and who knows how many it's going to wind up being.
And he's annoying the hell out of me.
For 8 years, he's totally disengaged. Now he wants to work.
Yeah, and now suddenly, well, I don't know that he's actually working.
So that doesn't make any sense, does it? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So pay attention to the rest of this video. This video is going to be a little bit like a roller coaster ride. There's going to be a lot of education. We're going to go back to the Garden of Eden. We're going to go back to the intersection of the first two cells. And we're going to go to the birth of Barack Obama, the Antichrist. So if you'll just go get yourself a cup of coffee, go get some popcorn, whatever, man, sit down and watch this video. This will blow your mind. All right.
Okay. So, keep watching.
All right, folks. Buckle your seatbelts. This is going to be such a fun video to do. Sometimes I'm not kidding. I have so much data, so much supernatural data, that sometimes it's like, where do you start? How do I give this to these people? How do I give it all to them? And I don't want to get in a hurry. You know, sometimes I almost feel like I need to hurry and get through a video to make sure I give you all the data. And I don't want to be in a hurry. I want to take my time. I want to educate you. I want to give you guys supernatural information so you in your heart, you know yourself. You know yourself that you've got the absolute truth, the absolute facts correct. Let me show you guys something amazing. I want to show you how I do videos sometimes. Watch this. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take a video like this and I'll say Clay. Let's see this video, it shows it has two views right here. See New York water event. If I click on this, it'll say unlisted. It'll be unlisted or something like that. See unlisted, see? So it's an unlisted video. And what I'll do is I will have Clay put together, you know, something I'm going to use in a screencast. It'll be unlisted, so I will screencast the video. See, so here it is. So what I'll do is I'll click on this video, and then I'll open it up, and then I'll let me give you an example. I'll open it up, and I'll say, okay, this is a video that they did a long time ago about New York, and this is actually a template video that someone used, and they plugged in the bombings of all the buildings in the United States that are printed on U.S. currency, and they put in Adam Weishaupt. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll screencast this video like I am right now. Now let me give you an example. So see, there's Adam Weishaupt. So I can play this video and I can discuss this video with you while it's playing. So that's what we do a lot of times. You'll notice this video has 2 views because I screencasted it once and I reviewed it once. It's got no thumbs up, no thumbs down. So, and it's unlisted. So that's the way I do things sometimes. That's the best way to get stuff done. Let me show you something very interesting. I asked Clay to put together some stuff that we're going to screencast. One is this Locust Army transformation, see, November 29th at 6:28 p.m. And then Dobbs, Obama shadowing Trump again, unprecedented. Okay, that's November 29th, which is today. Okay, but it has 1,092 views, but what's really odd is, see, the video was, well, now it's public, but it was unlisted. Okay, now here's the thing. It was unlisted because I planned on doing a screencast on it, and I did not want the video out there until I sat down and I screencast to show you what's going on. Now let me show you something absolutely insane that happened. Okay. Now, this is going to be like a 3-part video. Some people need an education. I don't know how many people have had biology. I don't know how many people know about, you know, the male and the female chromosome situation, 23 from the male, 23 from the female, are donated from, you know, each parent in order to form a new host body. I don't know if anyone's ever seen a diagram of what that looks like. So I'm going to give you the tools you need to understand and to visualize so you can start making these connections that are going to blow your mind. Okay, so let's start here. This is very odd. This has 1,092 views, but when Clay put this up, he thought it was private, like this one. Like it should be unlisted. Okay, so he thought it was unlisted, but it wasn't unlisted. It happened to be up. So when he saw it, he stopped it. And let me show you what happened. Let me show you something that happened. So when Clay realized that it wasn't unlisted, because I don't want it listed until I screencast it, he went, oh, well, whoops, it was listed, so I better stop it. Well, let me show you what happened. Okay, so here we go. So I told Clay we're going to do a video tonight when I get home. We're going to show everybody that Obama's about ready to make his move. The Antichrist is about ready to make his move because he's shadowing Trump in all these countries. Barack Obama's meeting with world leaders all over the place. It's like one of the craziest things in the world. Who has ever seen an ex-president shadow the current president and start, you know, the Obama Foundation? And so just sit tight. So watch this. So when Clay put up the video and he didn't realize that it was, you know, it was public instead of unlisted, he went, oh, whoops. And look what it had, 666 views. Okay. Well, the whole point of me doing this video tonight was to tell you guys, look, the Antichrist, Mr. Barack Hussein, I'm the Antichrist, Obama, lightning that I like in Luke 10, I beheld Satan as lightning, Barack fall from heaven. Barack Obama. That's what Luke 10:18 says when you translate it. I beheld Satan fall as lightning from heaven. Barack is lightning from the heavens, from the heights is Obama. I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. I beheld Satan as Barack Obama. Jesus said those words. So, by a coincidence, if you believe in coincidences, if you believe that this is a coincidence, that I told Clay to get this ready because I'm going to do a video tonight to show everybody that the Antichrist is about to take center stage. We're right there. We're right there. Watch this. It had 666 views when Clay opened it up. Look at this comment that was left. It was a top comment. Guess what, everybody? I downloaded this vid to my computer and the file size was 6.66 megabytes. Can't fake this. So this is an actual screenshot of a video that was unintentionally listed, that was going to be screencast later in the day, which I'm doing right now, to show you that what Mr. Obama's up to. That's about 1 in 100 gazillion. 666 views, 6.6 megabytes, but stay tuned. Okay, so a friend of mine who's keeping an eye on things sent me an email today. Who is this man? We were under the impression he was all done last January. Who is he representing? When you left a former job for a good, did you go back? He won't fade away. By the way, latest vid, 57 minutes, sure goes fast. Have a good day, brother. Thank you, Paul. So, a friend of mine, Paul, sends me this thing about Obama to meet with world leaders. So I clicked on it. Let's click on it. Let's read it. Okay, so it says, former President Barack Obama will meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping and Indian Prime Minister, that's not annoying, is it? Okay, here we go. Obama will meet with Xi Jinping and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in an upcoming trip abroad. Obama will visit China and India before making a stop in Paris, according to a spokesman for the former president. Okay, what the hell? I mean, who is this guy? What, he's meeting with world leaders? I mean, for what? You don't even have a job anymore, bro. Okay, watch. Obama will speak at various summits in the 3 countries he visits. Weird. The Times of India last week reported that Obama would be in India's capital city of New Delhi on December 1st for an Obama Foundation event. Did y'all know Obama has a foundation called the Obama Foundation? Which the spokesman confirmed in a statement. President Trump recently concluded his own 5-nation tour of Asia, in which he met with both Xi and Modi during the 12-day trip. Obama's trip to India will come shortly after first daughter Ivanka Trump's visit to the country. Trump, a White House senior advisor, met with Modi during the 8th Global Enterprise Entrepreneurship Summit in Hyderabad. So, very odd that Obama's going around talking to the people that Trump has been going around talking to. Well, let's do a little more looking. Okay. Now, I want to show you Barack Obama's logo, the way he signs his name, by the way. Here it is. That's Barack Obama, and he puts a line through the O like a null set. It's kind of funny. That's the way Mickey Mouse does it too. Walt Disney, let's see Mickey Mouse. See Mickey right there. Look at the reflection of Mickey. See the reflection? Wicked. Okay, well, let me show you something. Let me just show you some stuff, okay? So, we inadvertently put up a video that was waiting to be screencast, and then when Clay checked, went to it, it had 666 views, and the comment at the top, saved by grace, was, I downloaded this vid to my computer and the file size was 6.66 megabytes. And my point of this video was to tell you guys, hey guys, Barack Obama's about ready to make his move. He's shadowing Trump. We have all these sealed indictments that are ready to go. People are figuring out that there is a world cabal system that's running things, and it's a bunch of Luciferians that run the world. And Obama's been shadowing Donald Trump. Now, here's the thing. Donald Trump is not the good guy. Donald Trump is the controlled opposition in order to separate the two. And let me show you what that looks like. Let me show you an image of what that would look like. Okay. Let me see. Here we go. So this is called the Hegelian dialectic. Okay, you have the thesis and the antithesis. Let's call one Donald Trump, one Obama, and then the intersection of the two, you get the synthesis. By the way, that makes the head of an alien upside down. See, I. It's an upside down alien. Thesis, antithesis, and you get the synthesis. Okay, I want to show y'all, I want to give y'all a brief education in biology, okay? I think in order to fully understand everything that's going on, you're going to have a brief education in biology. But before we do the biology, let me show you some really common symbols, okay? Under Armour. See, it's a U, and it's an A, and it makes an X, Under Armour. And in the middle is the all-seeing eye, or a vesica piscis. See that shape? That's called the vesica piscis. Let me show you some other common things that you will see that have a vesica piscis. It's very common. Okay, you see the shaded area? That's a vesica piscis. That is the intersection of one set with the intersection of the other set. It's also called the Venn diagram. But this is called the vesica piscis. It's also the shape of the female vagina. Okay, let me show you some stuff you'll see in normal day life that has the vesica piscis. Cool cigarettes. See right there? The two O's intersect, making a vesica. This is an image of Christian saints. They very commonly put them in an image of a vesica. This is a clothing brand. This is Chanel. You got one C one way, one C the other way, and you have the vesica in the middle. Okay, this is the intersection of two sets, the same as this, see? See, this is the same as this. And this is a very popular clothing brand. I think this is Gucci, right? Same thing. One facing one way, one facing the other way. And by the way, everybody, a lot of people have a Master card in their wallet, because a MasterCard is telling you that the master of this system, the one circle intersecting the other circle, see how it makes bars like a prison? That's where you exist. You exist from the very first two cells that ever intersected on this planet. Now, stay tuned, because I want to show you something. Adam called the name of his wife Hava, Eve, because she is the mother of all the children of men. By the way, did you know that DNA proves that all humans came from one female DNA source? And the Lord God made to Adam and his wife vestures of honor from the skin of the serpent, which he had cast from him upon the skin of their flesh, instead of that adornment which had been cast away, and he clothed them. They had glorified bodies, they lost them, and they got serpent skin bodies. And they got trapped in serpent skin bodies. That's what happened to you. That's what happened to me. And let's go back to the very beginning, like we're in the Garden of Eden, and the very first two cells are intersecting, the seed of the serpent and the seed of Eve. Now I'm going to show you the Targum one more time. Watch. Because this made the double duality system. And Adam knew Hava, Eve, his wife, who had desired the angel, and she conceived. The angel was Lucifer. And bare Cain, and she said, I have acquired a man, the angel of the Lord. That was Lucifer, being Satan. You know, a lot of people want to distinguish between Lucifer and Satan. Lucifer, and then cast down Satan, the accuser of the brethren. Okay? And the angel of the Lord. And she added to bear from her husband Adam. See, because Adam was really her husband, but she fornicated with the serpent first. So she added to bear from her husband Adam his twin. Whose twin? Cain's twin. Who's that? Abel. That's why it's Cain and Abel, cannibal, because the whole system's cannibalistic. And here in the end of the world, I guarantee you, when everything goes south, there's going to be a lot of cannibalism going on, because there's going to be no food. Everything's going to shut down, and I guarantee you there will be rampant cannibalism. Now watch. Okay, sit tight. Now, pretend right now we're in a biology class, and the serpent that has a host body that has deceived Eve into touching, thou shalt not touch it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. That's what God said. The word touch means euphemistically to lay with a woman. The serpent beguiled Eve. Let's watch what a sperm does when it intersects.
The protective elements provided in the fluid surrounding them. Next, the sperm must pass through the cervix, an opening into the uterus. Usually, it remains tightly closed, but here the cervix is open for a few days while the woman ovulates. The sperm swim through the cervical mucus, which is thinned to a more watery consistency for easier passage. Once inside the cervix, the sperm continues swimming toward the uterus, though millions will die trying to make it through the mucus. Some sperm remain behind, caught in the folds of the cervix, but they may later continue the journey as a backup to the first group. Inside the uterus, muscular uterine contractions assist the sperm on their journey toward the egg. However, resident cells from the woman's immune system, mistaking the sperm for foreign invaders, destroy thousands more. Now, only a few thousand remain. Inside the fallopian tube, tiny cilia push the egg toward the uterus. To continue, the sperm must surge against this motion to reach the egg. Some sperm get trapped in the cilia and die. During this part of the journey, chemicals in the reproductive tract cause the membranes covering the heads of the sperm to change. As a result, the sperm become hyperactive, swimming harder and faster toward their destination. The sperm must push through this layer to reach the outer layer of the egg, the zona pellucida. When sperm reach the zona pellucida, they attach to specialized sperm receptors on the surface, which triggers their acrosomes to release digestive enzymes, enabling the sperm to burrow into the layer. Inside the zona...
Now we're going to stop for a second. Pretend this is the sperm of the seed of the serpent intersecting because they partook of the fruit. So the first intersection of the first two cells that formed the first host body, and the first host body that was formed was Cain. Because the Bible said the serpent beguiled Eve. The Bible says, neither shall you touch it. The word touch means to lay with like a woman. The Targum says she desired the angel, and she said, I have gotten a man, the angel of the Lord. Now just keep watching. I want you to see the intersection of the two sets. Watch carefully.
Pellucida is a narrow, fluid-filled space just outside the egg cell membrane. The first sperm to make contact will fertilize the egg. After a perilous journey and against incredible odds, a single sperm attaches to the egg cell membrane. Within a few minutes, their outer membranes fuse and the egg pulls the sperm inside. This event causes changes in the egg membrane that prevent other sperm from attaching to it. Next, the egg releases chemicals that push other sperm away from the egg and create an impenetrable fertilization membrane. As the reaction spreads outward, the zona pellucida hardens, trapping any sperm unlucky enough to be caught inside. Outside the egg, sperm are no longer able to attach to the zona pellucida. Meanwhile, inside the egg, the tightly packed male genetic material spreads out. A new membrane forms around the genetic material, creating the male pronucleus. Inside, the genetic material reforms into 23 chromosomes.
Okay, now pay attention. Now, remember, this is the first child being formed inside of Eve because Cain and Abel were twins, but a different type of twin called heteropaternal superfecundation twins. Those are twins that have two different parents, two different dads. Okay, same mom, two different dads. This is amazing. Just keep watching. So this is Cain forming 23 chromosomes and 23 chromosomes. Now watch closely.
The female genetic material, awakened by the fusion of the sperm with the egg, finishes dividing, resulting in the female pronucleus, which also contains 23 chromosomes.
Okay, so now you have a male pronucleus and a female pronucleus. So you have these two circles. See here, let me move my picture. Let me move my face. Okay, you see right here? You got the female pronucleus and the male pronucleus. So I draw a picture of them up here. You have one circle and another circle. Well, as they move towards each other, then they finally intersect. You have a MasterCard. You have Under Armour. You have what looks like the game football. You have the vesica piscis, and you have the first human formed inside, or when I say human, it's serpent human, formed inside Eve, the one race. Okay? Just watch. So then you have the first race established, and then, just like it says, I'm going to go back here real quick. And Adam knew Hava, his wife, who had desired the angel. She already had sex with him, and she conceived and bare Cain. And she said, look, I've acquired a man, the angel of the Lord, Cain. And she added to bear from her husband Adam, Cain's twin, Abel, Cainable. So Cain killed Abel. You get it? And so inside of you, you got your own Cain and you got your own Abel because you have your own cannibalistic system inside of you. And it started with a set of heteropaternal superfecundation twins because God, that's how God, the Lord God, said, okay, we're going to sort everything out. This big insurrection in heaven, I'll get it all sorted out. Okay, now, see the MasterCard? Let's take a look again. Okay, let's see. Look at cool cigarettes. There's the Vesica Piscis. There's whatever that clothing line is. There's Chanel. There's Gucci. Now let's keep watching. Here we go.
Male and female pronuclei form spiderweb-like threads called microtubules pull them toward each other. The two sets
okay, there they go. The two sets of chromosomes, the two circles, the male pronucleus, the female pronucleus, they are going towards each other, and this is Lucifer about to have his kingdom. You're looking at what it would look like. This is his kingdom that's about to come, and as soon as these two things intersect, he's got his MasterCard, and we're trapped in the middle. Watch. Just watch.
Completing the process of fertilization.
Bam, there it
At
is.
this moment,
Okay, and this is what that looks like. Well, there it is. The intersection of the two. You see that? You see the MasterCard? So then you have 23 and 23 and you have 46. So you have your host body. There's Cain. And then after Cain, then Adam knew his wife, Hava, Eve. Pay attention. Knew his wife, Eve, who had desired the angel, Lucifer, and she conceived and bare Cain. And she said, I have acquired a man, the angel of the Lord. That's literally Satan, born into the flesh. And she added to bear from her husband Adam his twin. Hey, even Abel. Okay, so that's a set of heteropaternal superfecundation twins, and Cain killed Abel. And that's what started the entire system. Okay, I want y'all to understand the biology of this. Pay attention.
a unique genetic code arises, instantly determining gender, hair color.
Okay, so now you're looking at the Washington Monument. You know, where our government is, where the seat of power is. What do you see right there? Oh, the Vesica Piscis with the penis of Osiris coming through the middle, showing, making the all-seeing eye. So if you were to look directly straight down on that, you see that would make an X. See right here? There would be an X. If you look straight down on top of a pyramid, it makes an X. Ever hear of X marks the spot?
Color, and hundreds of other characteristics.
And now, if you look, I want to show you all something fascinating. If you look at the Washington Monument from above, this oval right here that's intersecting this one right here, there is an eye here and an eye here. It's an alien. It's a serpent. So this is the back, like the back of the head. And this is one intersecting the other. Seat of the serpent, seat of the woman, penis of Osiris. Washington Monument.
This new single cell, the zygote, is the beginning of a new human being.
These two sets represent the seed of the serpent and the seed of the woman. Now, serpent, or the, let's call it 3 chromosomes, go towards each other, and then they go towards each other, and they move towards each other, and then they intersect.
And boom. Okay, so I want you to remember this. This is what I'm trying to get you to remember, because this has a lot to do with Barack Obama right now. What you're looking at right now, what in the world could that have to do with Barack Obama right now? I mean, seriously, what in the world, how in the world could I draw a distinction between that and Barack Obama? Let me show you how. Okay. Let me just get everything where it needs to go. Okay, so oddly enough, the video we're going to do, it had 666 views and it was 6.66 megabytes. And this is the video that I want to show you about Barack Obama is working behind the scenes. And let me show you a couple odd things about Barack Obama and his foundation and what's going on. Okay? Here is what's called the Obama Foundation Summit. He had a summit, you know, a meeting. Look at the word Obama and summit. They are both in bold print. Look at the crescent moon right here. You see the crescent moon? And you see this other circle? Oh, well, if you extended the lines of these circles, this is the birthing of Obama from the Vesica Piscis. Now, the Vesica Piscis is the same shape as a female vagina. Well, when the head of a child comes out, that Vesica Piscis gets bigger and bigger and bigger until the child is birthed. This represents the birthing of Obama, the Antichrist. And see the word summit, Obama Foundation, summit, because their foundation was this. This was the foundation, the intersection of the two. But at the birth, it opens up and the child is born. And Obama is, his logo is the sun rising over the stripes of the American flag. And the Mahdi, when in the Quran says, the coming of the Mahdi, the one that will lead the Islamic Jihad, will happen when the sun rises from the place of its setting, which is Obama's logo. And here is the crescent moon of Islam, and here is the star coming through it. And here's that star right here. Let me show you some about the Obama Foundation. Let me show you some really interesting. What do y'all know about the high holy days for the occult? Who knows about the occult? Okay, there's this high holy day called Samain. It's October 31st. See, this is the witch calendar. It has Yule, Mabon, the Beltane Festival, for those of y'all that are familiar with these holidays, and Easter and the different ones that they put on their calendar where they worship Lucifer. Okay, well, Samain is one of the big days where everybody wears a costume. It's actually called Halloween, is it's another name for it. Okay, well, let me show you a really interesting picture about the Obama summit. Let me just move this over a little bit. Here we go. Let's look at, okay, so there's the crescent moon, which represents Islam, and there's the Vesica Piscis that's opened up because it's birthing the Antichrist, the sun rising over the place of its setting. But let's look at the Obama summit. Okay, Obama Foundation summit. He's reached the peak. The time is about here. He's gotten to the summit because he knows that his time has come to start the Islamic Jihad, world jihad. On October 31st. Oh, you mean on October 31st? You mean like Samain? Oh, Halloween. Halloween. Let's look at Halloween. You know, Halloween, in the origin of Halloween, goes back to very pagan roots. Halloween's origins date back to the ancient Celtic festival of Samain, which marked the end of the harvest, because see, they're harvesting the souls of angels, and the beginning of winter, a time associated with death. Now look what this means. Many Catholics no longer think of the religious significance of Halloween, which means Holy Eve, from Old English All Hallow E'en. It's because they worship Eve. They worship the Virgin. Do you understand? Why do you think the whole Catholic Church is a big snake wearing a crown? And why do you think they worship the Virgin? They worship Eve. And Halloween is one of their high holy occultic days, which happens to be the day that the Obama Foundation Summit met together. Look, right here, watch. Let's just do it. On October 31st and November 1st, the Obama Foundation will welcome civic leaders from around Chicago, the U.S., and the world to join us for a 2-day immersive event in Chicago. During this inaugural summit, hundreds of leaders from around the world will come together to exchange ideas, explore creative solutions to common problems, and experience civic art, technology, and music from around the world. Their logo is the birthing of the freaking Antichrist. That's what that is. This is the opening up of the Vesica Piscis to let the sun rising from the place of its setting out of its place. Now that's in black and white. If you go look at the Obama logo, you should know that this is the letter O rising over the stripes of the American flag, which is the West. Isn't it odd they did it on October 31st? Isn't it odd that we were doing a video today that somehow, by some weird set of circumstances, ended up with 666 views with a comment at the top that said, I downloaded this video and it was 6.66 megabytes. Can't fake this. And I was going to do a video showing you guys that Obama was meeting with people on October 31st, which happens to be Holy Eve. Because they worship Eve. They worship the female reproductive system, which gives them all their food. That's where it all comes from. Ever hear the story of the evil farmers? Let's look again, one more time.
Awakened by the fusion of the sperm with the egg, finishes dividing, resulting in the female pronucleus, which also contains 23 chromosomes. As the male and female pronuclei form, spiderweb-like threads, called microtubules, pull them toward each other.
There it is. So there's the two circles getting ready to intersect, and that's why you have this thing called a MasterCard. That's why you have a very expensive clothing brand called Gucci or Chanel or a number of other products like Under Armour that share the same Vesica Piscis, because the flesh is owned, and I mean owned, by them. Do you understand? See, there you go. Gucci. Look at this. ISIS, International Species Information System. Wow, that's a neat logo. ISIS, International Species Information System. ISIS, wow. Nice Vesica Piscis, all seen eye. Gucci, Audi. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, folks. Yeah. Good connection, good ideas, or whatever. 2 cups of coffee. Let's see. I think this is kind of cool. You should see this. See Mickey, like Mickey Mouse? Look at the reflection. It's wicked. See? You see how they put a line through the O? See, like Barack Obama's O, like a brand of clothing called Polar with a line through the O. You know, like San Antonio Eye Associates with a right side up, upside down logo, circle in the middle. You know, Vesica Piscis, same old thing, same old deal. Oh, you mean like the Washington Monument with the seat of our government? Like, you mean like that? Oh, wow. You mean like, is that the eye of an alien? Is that the eye of an alien? Is this the back of the head intersecting? Is this like the serpent intersecting the seat of the woman with the penis of Osiris dead center? I mean, is that what that is? That is exactly what that is. So, I mean, what are the odds? What are the odds? See, let me show you guys something. Let me just give you an education. The Vesica Piscis, right here. This is what they worship. I mean, that is what they worship. They worship the Virgin. Why do you think that whole big dead sheep in the Vatican, that's the biggest altar in the world, when you turn it upside down, is a vagina? Let's look at this pagan tradition where they had a big Vesica Piscis, and the primitive ceremony of baptismal rebirth often involved being drawn bodily through a giant yoni. See the yoni? So they put you through the yoni, and then you underwent a ceremony called born again. I mean, this is just, I mean, it's not arguable. I mean, is that an image of a vagina or is that an image of a virgin? You know, the Virgin Mary. What is it? It's both. That is a vagina, folks. That is a vagina. But see, they needed that spark of life in order to trap all God's angels. And that was the mistake that God's children made. They're all prodigal sons. You're all prodigal sons. You all went on a long journey. You wasted your inheritance on riotous living and prostitutes, and your inheritance was your eternal life. But then you came to your senses and you said, I'll go back to Dad and I'll ask him just to be one of his servants. And he said, no, put a ring on his finger, kill the fatted calf. My son that was lost is found. We're all the prodigal sons. And we all went the wrong way. Isn't it fascinating that all these crop circles share a common denominator? Oh, wow. The Vesica Piscis and all these interesting crop circles. Isn't that amazing? Wow, look. Here's a football where two teams fight over a Vesica Piscis. Just happens to have an Under Armour logo on it. I mean, you know, come on. This is ridiculous. I wonder what the odds are that the very day, I mean, seriously, think about that. The very day that I'm going to do this video on Obama shadowing Donald Trump and all these things is because he's talking with all these world leaders about what they're going to do when it all goes down, when they nuke New York. They know what they're going to do. It's a world cabal. Obama's the Antichrist, folks. Now they've identified anyone that's moral, that voted for Trump, you know, anyone that's not against that's against the liberals. These people are hypocrites beyond their wildest dreams. I mean, hypocrisy is defined in liberalism. It's crazy. But now they've identified both teams, and New York is on the chopping block because it's printed on the U.S. currency. I've shown it to you. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen soon. I guarantee it. It's coming. I mean, look at this data. Why in the world do you think? Why in the world do you think you're looking right now at an image of a dead sheep with its tongue sticking out? Watch this. There's the eye of the sheep right there. There's the other eye right here. There's the nostril. There's the line of lip, line of lip. There's the red tongue sticking out. It's even got this black lines on the tongue to show it's bent. And then here's the ear of the sheep going off the page, top of the head of the sheep going down to the other ear, the hair in the ear. That's a sheep, folks. I love you in Christ. But if you don't see it, you're just blind. And when you turn it right side up, it's the virgin. Because that's how they got all the dead sheep, which is us. And now, the birthing of the Antichrist. This is the way the Lord confirmed it. There's no way that Clay could have clicked on that and have it be 666. And the top comment says 6.6 megabytes to download it when it wasn't even supposed to be public. That's impossible. So let me show you something else. Who likes Santa Claus? You know, Santa Claus is like one of the biggest lies ever, right? But people that lie to their kids and tell them Santa Claus is real. What a big fat lie. No, it's another pagan ritual, the rebirth of the sun. But let's take a look at a picture of Santa Claus right here. You see Santa Claus winking his eye right there? It says, I believe. See, he's winking his eye. Well, you see that dark spot right there on his eye? That's not right. That's too dark. Let me show you what's up. What's with the holly right here? What's with the ball right here? Well, let's just rotate it. Let's just rotate Santa Claus. Let's rotate him. You see the sheep? Here's the sheep's ear right here. The Santa Claus's ball on his hat. That's the ear of the sheep. Here's the eye of the sheep. The dark stuff is the water that leaked out of the eye of the sheep. Here's going down the face of the sheep, to the nose of the sheep, mouth of the sheep, under the neck of the sheep. Here's the sheep's chest. Just look, I'll cover up the mouth of Santa and make it white. You see the dead sheep that says, I believe, and it's Santa Claus winking his eye? Such a joke. Yeah, it's like we're going into the season. I mean, it has just gotten so weird. Here's a good one I saw at the grocery store today. It says, mingle all the way. Mingle. Well, is this guy holding a lobster tail, or is that just a phallic symbol? Is that an X chromosome, or is that a pie? Is that pie got a line down the middle that makes it half and half, or whatever this is? Mingle all the way. Wow. Because they have mingled all the way. And I'm they are birthing their guy, and here he is. Obama, the foundation, right here, the intersection of the two. And he's reached the summit. That's why the O is coming out from between what would be a dilated vesica piscis vagina birthing, because Obama has reached the summit. The foundation has reached the summit, and he's about to birth. That's why he's going around meeting with world leaders. Let me ask you an honest question. What the hell business does Barack Obama have to do with going around talking to leaders from other countries? That's insane. So, really good vid. 23 chromosomes, 23 chromosomes. 23 and 23, 46. Seed of the serpent, seed of the woman. So you had heteropaternal superfecundation twins. Let's see. Hang on. Hetero. That's an AL. Hetero. Paternal. Yeah, I'm sorry. Heteropaternal superfecundation. Okay, so superfecundation is the fertilization of two or more ova from the same cycle by sperm from separate acts of sexual intercourse, which can lead to twin babies from two separate biological fathers. And Adam knew Hava, his wife, who had desired the angel and conceived, and bare Cain, said, I have acquired a man, the angel of the Lord. And she, Eve, who they worship on Halloween, which means, what does Halloween mean? It means Holy Eve. Yeah, and she added to bear from her husband Adam, Cain's twin, even Abel, Cainable. Mystery solved. That's why the largest damn altar in the world, and I do mean damn altar because it is going to be damned, is a dead sheep. There it is. There's an altar of St. Peter. There's a big sheep. They are identical. No one can argue with that. And when you turn that thing upside down, that window right above this dead sheep is the female reproductive system. That's why they worship Eve. That's why Obama met them on Halloween. Because Halloween means Holy Eve. And the first child born was a guy named Cain, right there. And now, the last one they're birthing, the one that started it all, Cain, the cannibalistic system, the first murderer on the planet. Let me show you the new murderer. There he is. His name's Barack Hussein. I am the Antichrist Obama. And he's birthing. And that's why they've got the moon of Islam right there. And there's their star coming out of the Vesica, because they've reached the summit. That's why he's meeting all these world leaders, because they know what's up and they know what they're about to do. And they're gonna nuke New York because it's printed on the money, and all these losers have been caught, and we all know it. And now we have a divided country. Jesus said any kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And this country is going to become desolate. Guaranteed. Dang, that's crazy. Just so wild. So wild. Unbelievable. By the way, guys, here's the other thing. We're doing the very last radio show on Friday. I will do a video tomorrow to show you guys how to get there. It's going to be very tricky because I don't have a feedback loop where I can even hear the music or what's going on. But we're going to do a radio show and a YouNow program. We're going to do communion. It's time to, this may be our last communion ever. Let me show you a 2-year-old birthday card while I'm here. It's kind of funny. Why does a 2-year-old have to have a birthday card for a 2-year-old? Look who's 2. Like in a twin system, and you lift up his little mask, and if you cover up this set of eyes, and you use the nostrils as another set of eyes, you have a reptile in front of another set of eyes. Just depends on how you look at it. Look who's 2. Here's a movie that's out right now. I saw it the other day. It's called Star, the story of the first Christmas. It has all these animals. What animal happens to be upside down? Oh, the sheep. Well, that's convenient. You know what I mean? It's like redundant. These guys are so busted. Here's an interesting album. These guys all have their reflections, and it's the songs are called Heaven, Half, Anyone Else, What's Wrong, Walk Alone, Same Soul. That's an interesting album. Anyway, yeah, Obama had his summit meeting on Holy Eve because Eve birthed Cain, and now she's the reason Obama is being birthed. And he's coming into the system as the Antichrist, the devil in the flesh. And he's about to take his seat of power. Time's up. We're there, folks. We're at the door. Anyway, very exciting. I hope all that made sense, y'all. I mean, it's just so obvious. It just couldn't be any more obvious. Anyway, so I hope that made sense to you. I'm going to make all these files available. You can get these, you can certainly get all these images I have. Oh, here, by the way, before I go, I'd like to show you some stuff. This is a set of door handles to a lingerie shop up at the Quarry Cinema, up at the Quarry Shopping Center. Those are the door handles to a women's lingerie shop. Wow, that's convenient. You know what I mean? It's just, you just got to open your eyes, people. Look around, see where you're at. Anyway, I could just go on and on. There's so much data. So anyway, I just wanted to get this out there. Yeah. 666. There he is. 666. There he is. And by the way, let me go back to this snare folder because I want to show you something about Barack Obama. When he signed the beam at the One World Freedom Tower, he signed the I-beam, by the way. When he signed it, here's how he signed it. This is his signature on the beam itself. He wrote, "We remember, we rebuild, we come back stronger. WWW." Okay, in Hebrew, W is Va. It's alphanumeric, 666. He's saying, we remember, we rebuild, we come back stronger. You know, like after the flood, that's what he's saying. That's the devil saying we, that collective consciousness. Look at Walt Disney, 666. I mean, come on, man. You think Mickey Mouse wasn't designed as just a distraction? All you got to do is look at the reflection in your cup of coffee. Walt Disney was one of them. All right. Peace and grace, guys. Good night.